I'm MTD, the project lead of Deathmatch Classic Refragged. Over the last 2 years, me and the team have been hard at work ever since the last devlog. Yeah, it's been a while for sure. As you can see, this is the first video version of our devlogs, which we're going to produce alongside the written one on the CoaXioN and ModDB pages. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get into all the cool stuff we've been working on. Like in our previous devlogs, we're sharing new music from our soundtrack. Firstly is Incineration by Lamiker. Secondly is Insurmountable by Helby. Lastly is Imminency by Lamiker. These will continue to play throughout the devlog, but are also available to listen to on our YouTube playlist of all currently revealed tracks. On the topic of sounds, Helby has also gone and made many new sounds that'll play when you pick up power-ups that weren't in the original DMC. Take a listen. Now, if you've been following our development until now, you might have noticed something else in that last clip. Our HUD has gotten a massive overhaul. It's still a work in progress and is missing certain assets in some places, but it's finally been given the love it deserves after countless years and concepts for it. I want to give a big shout out to Noodles, who brought the UI concept to life. Now, it's not a DMCR devlog without showing off some new maps. We mostly have original maps to show you this time, but we have a remake as well. We spent the majority of the time between the last devlog and now bringing nearly all of the remaining planned maps into at least a playable state, rather than focusing on detail passes. I think this was definitely worth the sacrifice, but regardless, let's check out some cool maps. First is DMCR DM1, Geotechnic. This map was created by Fossil and art passed by me. It's been a favorite in playtests, both for its layout and its aesthetics. Next we have DMCR DM5, Grunge. This map was created by Rafa. The design is inspired by Quake 2 Deathmatch maps, and features a window in the middle that can be closed and opened by buttons on the map. This should make your position or the enemy's position a harder factor to deal with in duel scenarios. Next we have DMCR DM6, The Crucible. This map was created by Sonoma. This is a decently large map that has a unique look from anything else in the game. The middle of the arena has multiple mechanisms that can be activated to help yourself or to kill others. Next we have DMCR DM8, Factory of Flames. This map was created by GS Arson. The map is separated into 4 main areas that all connect to each other for many twists and turns. It also has a secret flight power-up if you can find it. Next is DMCR DM9, Arcane. This map was created by PJX. It takes place in a crystal-covered castle in a forest, and has 3 different levels of height to play around. And it's certainly beautiful, too. Lastly, we have a remake of Dario Casali's DCDM4, done by Rafa. We had shown a blockout of this map all the way back in 2022 in devlog number 2, but after much time on the back burner, it's back, in all its finished swamp-themed glory. And that'll do it for the maps. Now, I'd like to hand off the narration to Thulp, so we can talk about some of the cool things he's been working on.
Hi everybody, Thulp here, the technical and programming lead of DMCR. I've got a couple of the more visual things I've been working on to show you. First, we have a new Create Server menu. The main goal with this was to make it quick to find the map that you wanted and the options that are relevant. Maps can be filtered by playable game modes and by search text. Each map can set a recommended player count and include a description for lore or just info about the map. Everything still looks a bit bland, as we're still trying to figure out how we want our menus to be styled. Next, we now have a few different types of location and respawn indicators for most of our pickups and objectives. That is, weapons, armor, power-ups, and flags. More important items like flags and power-ups will be visible at certain times through walls. With this, we also now have a feature where if you try to select a weapon using a keybind and you don't have it, the locations of spawners with that weapon will be shown to you. Or you can press Z to show every weapon. Mappers can turn this off on a per-spawner basis for items intended to be secret. Mapmakers will also be able to leverage the system and place markers around their maps and control their state through hammer logic. We hope to see this used in combination with our custom game mode system when the game releases. Maps tend to have pretty dark theming, so making sure players stay visible is important to keep things fun. The original DMC simply scaled up the player's received ambient lighting by a factor of 100, and it didn't look that good even back then. Players are now affected normally by lighting, but have colored rim lights when it gets too dark. The specifics of how this looks might change in the future, but we're happy with this for now. That's all I've got to show. Let's go back to MTD.
In our last devlog, we mentioned how all of our weapon models have been completed. This meant that our animator Rahim Ali began working on making proper animations for these finished models. So far, they fully completed and polished our shotgun and machine gun animations. Check this out. And now I'm just going to show off a bunch of small miscellaneous stuff that doesn't need much explanation. Firstly, we've gotten around to modeling many of the ammo and armor pickups, the armor being fully textured as well. We've remodeled the Gordon and helmet model to be higher quality. GS Arson, our mapper and promo artist, has created a bunch of awesome DMCR wallpapers. You can download these from our website, link in the description. And that's mostly what we have to show off this time. But I want to talk about one more important thing. Where is the Steam page? With most of the game and its planned content being in a playable state, this begs the question of why we haven't published the Steam page yet. For the most part, it comes down to many of the assets in our game still being placeholders from other games or just not having textures ready. Pretty much right after our previous devlog, our only texture artist had to step back from the project. With them gone, we weren't able to fully finish any more of our new assets. Even now, most of our assets have gotten remade, but are still textureless. We know we can always display messages stating how much of a work in progress this game is, but with our assets, I still don't feel comfortable enough to consider them ready to be displayed on the public Steam page. On the bright side, we were able to bring a new texture artist onto the team recently, Callan. They've textured our new machine gun, super shotgun, and armor models, so the lack of textured models shouldn't be a problem for now. Regardless, we're always still looking for help in all fields, whether that be programming, modeling, texturing, particles, etc. So if our project seems worth contributing to you, feel free to hop in our Discord and send us a message. I hope you enjoyed what we had to show in this new format, and I most definitely hope the next one doesn't take 2 years, but the jury's still out on that, so yeah. See you soon!
CoaXioN.
Someone is about to die, and it ain't gonna be me, it's gonna be you! Goodbye!